We have just received some insane news about two of the biggest Echo VR remakes, and this news could potentially change the Echo VR remake landscape forever. But before we get into that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and comment below if you're hyped for this news. And so with that said, let's get right into the video. So the news that is currently being announced and that is taking the entire communities of the Echo VR remakes by storm involves Hex VR and Lucid VR, two of the four biggest remakes in the Echo VR remake space, although now it's 2 out of 3 because the Reverb Arena dev just got hired by Gorilla Tag. And in an announcement from the Hex VR Discord server from KDXR, the head developer, we are given the news that Lucid VR is going to be merging with Hex VR. And when I first read this, I was absolutely mind blown because I wasn't really expecting these two competitors, being how big that they are, to actually merge into one competitor. So now, the battle to fill the shoes of Echo VR now comes down to 2 games, Rebounders and Hex VR, and also the Gorilla Tag devs who are allegedly making an Echo VR remake, but we don't really know much about it. More on that at the end though. In anticipation for the amount of questions that Hex is going to be getting about this merger, we have actually been given some pre-made answers by Cade about why they decided to do what they did. So their official reasoning was to create a larger team to allow for an even faster and smoother development of the game that we all want. In terms of what will change, nothing is really going to change. Their leadership is staying exactly the same, and so is the vision for the game. They'll just have more manpower. And in terms of how they'll be incorporated into the team, they'll be gouging everyone's skill level and then incorporating them into their pre-existing departments. In terms of what will happen to the Lucid VR server, they hope that everyone will be able to migrate over to the Hex VR server to avoid any confusion. And although there are a lot of preconceptions about Lucid VR amongst the community, their plans for combating them is to hold these new development members of the team to the same standard of their current team, which means that if there are too many unexcused issues, then they will have to deal with them, as they want the Hex to be developed at full speed. They also want to give every single person a chance, as Cade believes that there is a drive and plenty of care behind the Hex VR team creating something that they all love. And as for what will happen to Lucid himself, they plan to give him the ability to design mechanics and bring up ideas that they have in mind, but with this they will still have the creative freedom they desire. If the material is deemed functional and good for the development of the project's leads, they will be merged into the game. And as Cade says, as a member of the Hex VR team, Lucid will be given the position of head experimental mechanics developer and will be assigned a group of individuals to help him create a variety of original mechanics and content for the game. And yeah, that's the announcement from Cade and the Hex VR development team, and all I gotta say is, wow, this is something that I really was not expecting in the Echo VR landscape. I am honestly really excited to see what these two teams can do when they come together, because if they've gotten this far in development separately, they could probably create something that could potentially even combat Gorilla Tag's developer team. And I have a feeling that we're about to see a clash between two development dynamos, the Hex and Lucid VR development teams and the Gorilla Tag developer team. So buckle up everybody, because this is going to be a fun one. And with that said, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy, then please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if you're curious to see what Gorilla Tag dev teams are doing, then go ahead and check out the video on screen. And with that said, my name is Trentic, and I will be signing out. Peace.